welcome back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Tulip and Golf. And like I have mentioned, once again, Southern violence to report. We're hoping that we don't have to, but apparently, once again, it's surfaced a lot more than usual. Now, just to give you updates, at this point, yesterday they said that on the 3rd, there already has been another incident that took place that did not make to the news, but it did today. In Narathiwat province at about 10 p.m. on the 3rd of November, they say that about 36 of the officials and rangers were gathered because they got a tip off that there has been a gathering of insurgents in the area around the mountain range behind Guyi village in the Resort district. So they took all the officials into the area and found that there were about the 5 or 6 of the RKK insurgents in the area at the time. So there's quite a bit of not a conflict, but exchange of gunfire during that time as the officials has trying to capture them at the time. They say that the exchange of gunfire went on for about 30 minutes, and eventually they could capture one person, Abdul Salamu Muhammad, age 44, and along with a lot of the rifles and the bullets itself. And the second incident that took place on the very same day was in Yaring district of Pattani province. They say that Kun Santi where Busa was killed around his house, and in that particular case they believe that it was probably the group led by Abdul Hadi Dahaleng, which is the RKK insurgents as well. So at this point in those two cases they are still trying to find. But in terms of the explosion itself, they say that there has been a report in the Pattani province, especially in Yarang district. They say that the bomb were found and exploded and ended up causing injury to one of the officials, Kun Sompan Sinmala, and he was sent to the Yarang hospital. They say that they were patrolling the area around the school before they found this 1 kilograms of the bomb, which was detonated at the scene, and that caused one of the rangers to get injured. And later on, earlier in the day, at about 8 o'clock, Kun Jet Air Saw Yoko, age 52, was killed instantly as she was riding motorcycle home, and they believe that is probably caused by insurgents try to instigate violence in the area as well. And 4 of the bomb explosions found in Narathiwat province. First one was in front of the karaoke bar in the Mueang district. 1 person was injured. The second spot was in front of the Kanchanapisek Park, and that's in the Resort sub-district. The third one found in front of 7-Eleven in the Resort district, and the fourth one was actually on the Ban Plai Nam Road at the Resort sub-district. However, for the last 3 spots, there hasn't been any report of injuries at all. But for the first one, in front of the karaoke bar, there was 1 person that got injured, but no death was reported.
Okay. It's always long, lengthy details and too many incidents, I would say. Too many incidents that we have seen. We just have to report just to make sure that we don't forget what's happening out there in the south.
Right.
And of course, the next news is the update of the accident that happened over the weekend when the double-deck ferry actually tipped over, capsized, and sank in Pattaya province, and reportedly 6 people killed. 3 were foreign tourists, and 3 were Thai, and the operation to rescue stopped about 9 p.m. on Sunday night, and yesterday they continued the mission to find the boat, and finally late morning yesterday they found the boat about 20 meters under the water, and no no one else inside the boat. At first, they suspected there might be some people actually trapped and drowned inside the boat. Apparently, overall, they reported 209 survivors, 16 people injured, and 6 killed from the incident. And finally, late morning yesterday, just before noon, the provincial police of Chonburi has made an announcement that they actually got the suspect, the boat driver, the captain of that boat. The name is Saman Kwan Mueang, which actually just turned himself in because he felt the pressure from the police investigation, and he confessed that he's the driver of the boat. And before they left Lan Island, he actually drank some alcoholic drink before they leave the island. And the police took him to have his urine test. It actually came out purple. And when it came out purple, it means that it's highly possible that he also has amphetamine, the methamphetamine in his blood, in his system also. So he will be charged reckless driving that caused death, and also having drug in possession. And yesterday, that of course, after they all concluded with the 6 dead and 209 survivors and 16 injuries, there's a lot of blame game throwing around, and they say this cannot just blame on the business operator itself. A lot of people say that this might be because of the old engine, but a lot of people said definitely because of the overloaded passengers, because obviously it said capacity is 150, but 209 survivor plus the dead and the injured, which means is close to 250 people that were on board. So right now, Lan Island and Pattaya City actually is taking a hit because they haven't been too vigilant and careful in terms of law enforcement and try to ensure the safety of the tourists. And Pattaya is 22 million people traveling in and out Pattaya every year.
Okay. Well, at this point, I hope that this would probably be one of those cases that if you're going to hire someone to, be responsible for someone else's life, and in this case, there's a lot of people that ended up being injured as well as killed. Maybe a little background check would help. Drugs check would be great as well, every now and then. But in this particular case, obviously, it created quite a bit of a stir for a lot of people.
And it was in CNN and BBC.
Of
it's
course,
in like the news, media all over the world.
Because it can actually be prevented by not having too many people on it.
And tourism is one of the main income of this country beside export.
So that's
this is not good.
Helping us at all. Now to another incident that I reported yesterday, the mountain biker robber. Apparently at
Rob
this
with
point,
style.
Yeah, apparently at this point the police is heightened the investigation a little bit due to the fact that they hardly got any leads into this story at all. The only thing is that they have is a CCTV camera footage, which did not show much either. It seems like the culprit actually knows what to do and how to hide himself, because he even changed his attires after the robbery itself. Now he got 23,510 baht in cash using only 5 minutes with the whole robbery and such. However, they say that yesterday the police in the Mueang district of Chiang Mai province got together, have a long meeting, and they say that they are trying their best to find this particular person, because this incident proved to be quite a bit disturbing as it seems to be well planned. Like he has planned this ahead of time. He was quite calm in a CCTV camera, and he doesn't seem to be bothered with the breaking of the law. So the police is trying their best to make sure that they find this particular person. However, they said that at this point the reward has been made. The police is actually giving 10,000 baht or offering 10,000 baht rewards for any leads into this mountain biker / bank robber. And if you have any leads, or if it looks like someone that you might have known, you can contact Mapping police station and give them a little bit of information, and they say that you can contact them 24 hours. So if you're in Chiang Mai and if you've seen anyone that might fit that particular description or in the picture that you see, you might want to contact the police and then help them out a little in terms of trying to find this person, because if he can actually do this, I think a lot of people are fearing that there might be some copycat later on.
True.
As well.
Okay. And next news, this is also an update of what has been happening a while ago. If you remember the case of the fire truck and fireboats that Bangkok...
The procurement.
Yeah, the procurement program that Bangkok Metropolitan Administration has bought all this fire truck and boats and haven't been used because it's a court case going on. So it was in the news again because the committee that that was set up to actually charge the wrongdoers for this procurement actually announced that they would ask the 6 suspects. The court case already finished. Only 2 of them has been convicted. Another 4 just survive. But
well, one has passed away already.
One has passed away.
Like, can you actually do that?
One has passed away. But even though only 2 of those convicted, but actually this committee said that all 6 suspects actually have to help pay for the damage that this program has done, and they decided since there is no clear indication which one is more wrong than the other, then all 6 of them have to be responsible for the cost equally, and it's come down to about 1.3 billion baht each. 1.3 billion baht is a lot of money. These 6 people is, just to remind you, Kin Ponkun, which is the interim minister at the time, Pracha Malinon, the deputy interim minister at the time, Wattana Meung Suk, also the commerce minister at the time, Athilak Tanchukiat. He was the director of the disaster prevention and mitigation of Bangkok, and Samak Sunthorawe, the Bangkok governor then, this is the one that you mentioned, already passed away, and Apirak Gosayotim, also the former Bangkok governor. And the committee sees that all these 6 people used the opportunity while they were holding the positions in office to process this procurement program that make themselves get some benefit out of it. And so these 6 people have to take part in the damage.
Right.
Come down to, 1.3 billion baht each. And they said if these 6 could not pay, they would have to ask the court order to just force them to pay, or they have to sell their asset.
Okay.
Just to pay for it. If it is really what's happening, going on, some of these people are going to be forced into bankruptcy, for sure.
Right.
And additional to these 6 people, another one, they didn't say how much she would have to pay, but Kun Ying Nathanon Tawisin, which was the administrative assistant deputy chief of Bangkok office at the time would have to pay for part of the damage too.
Okay.
As the 7% additional to the whole case.
Because she probably allowed it to happen
Yes.
a lot more easier than it's supposed to.
And they said it will be a 1 year old, this case will be the 1 year old in April next year, so they would have to expedite the process.
All right. Well, I think this should be example case that you cannot get away with corruption.
Hopefully you
Hopefully.
all cannot
You know,
get
we're
away
gonna
with
have-
corruption.
You're going to have to wait and see whether or not it's going to end up being 1 year later and,
Right.
the case dropped kind of thing. All right, let's take a short break because when we come back, we have updates on various political issues and, of course, the rallies that took place right here in Bangkok yesterday. So please stay tuned.